What's going on, guys? Hope you had a good day and welcome to another Blockchain Future. Today, we're going to be taking a little trip back to 2014. This is when Vitalik Buterin wrote some interesting concepts that he was working on before Ethereum was even out of beta. In 2016, late 2015 is actually when I started getting into the space. Ethereum really captured my imagination because of some of the concepts that Vitalik had outlined in this specific post back on May 6, 2014. There's a few different items in here, but I wanted to concentrate on one specific item, that is autonomous agents. Um, Back in 2016, and then also in 2017, when I went to Ethereum DevCon in Cancun. That was DevCon 3. I'm looking at the badge right in front of me. It was a very interesting time because Ethereum was pretty big because of what was happening with the bull market, but it wasn't so big that everybody really knew about what it was capable of doing. Autonomous agents actually was, and the idea behind autonomous agents was something that really captured my imagination on what could be done with the Ethereum blockchain as a foundation for Web 3.0. So I thought I'd go through this section of Vitalik's blog post from 2014 and kind of give some commentary on where I think we can actually go building off of his ideas of autonomous agents. Autonomous agents are on the other side of the automation spectrum. In an autonomous agent, there are no necessary specific human involvement at all. That is to say, while some degree of human effort might be necessary to build the hardware that the agent runs on, there is no need for any humans to exist that are aware of the agent's existence. One example of an autonomous agent that already exists today, and that's 2014 today, would be a computer virus. The virus survives by replicating itself from machine to machine without deliberate human action and exists almost as a biological organism. A more benign entity would be a decentralized self-replicating cloud computing service. Such a system would start off running an automated business on one virtual private server, and then once its profits increase, it would rent other servers and install its own software on them, adding them to its network. A full autonomous agent or a full artificial intelligence is the dream of science fiction. Such an entity would be able to adjust to arbitrary changes in circumstances and even expand to manufacturing and hardware needed for its own sustainability and theory. Between that and single-purpose agents like computer viruses is a large range of possibilities, on a scale which can alternatively be described as intelligence or versatility. For example, the self-replicating cloud service in its simplest form would only be able to rent servers from a specific set of providers, example being Amazon, Microtronics, and Namecheap. A more complex version, however, should be able to figure out how to rent a server from any provider given only a link to its website, and then use any search engine to locate new websites, and of course, new search engines in case Google fails. It's almost like he knew the future. The next level from there would involve upgrading its own software, perhaps using evolutionary algorithms or being able to adapt to new paradigms of server rental. Example being make offers for ordinary users to install its software and earn funds with their desktops. And then the penultimate step consists of being able to discover and enter new industries. The ultimate step, of course, is generalizing completely into a full artificial intelligence. There is one thing in here I wanted to touch on before I get into the main thing in this last paragraph. The next level stuff here, server rental, make offers. Yeah, so there's already a few different crypto projects that are actually doing this. Vitalik really is somebody that saw the future in 2014, and I'm sure he continues to look forward today beyond 2019. But there are, make offers for ordinary users to install its software and earn funds with their desktops. There are multiple projects that are looking to decentralize computing power, blockchain projects specifically. I can't think of them off the top of my head. I've had a really long day, but this is something that is happening and is moving forward. Lots of projects. I probably 10 to 15 of them. Let me just finish with this last paragraph and then I'll wrap it up. Autonomous agents are some of the hardest things to create because in order to be successful, they need to be able to navigate in an environment that is not just complicated and rapidly changing, but also hostile. If a web hosting provider wants to be unscrupulous, they might specifically locate all instances of the service and then replace them with nodes that cheat in some fashion. An autonomous agent must be able to detect such cheating and remove or at least neutralize cheating nodes from the system. So the reason why autonomous agents actually kind of captured my imagination a bit is you can imagine in the future with the direction things are heading that blockchain, or I should say Web 3.0, Ethereum in particular, even though there are platforms like EOS and Tron that are in the top 10 as far as top 10 cryptos. But Ethereum really is the front runner as far as the being the foundation for the next generation of the internet of the World Wide Web. And you can imagine, there's going to be a lot of computer-to-computer financing. There's going to be a bunch of these autonomous agents. One example could be an agent that pays your electric bill every month for you automatically by just checking and looking at it against other bills and not seeing that it's not crazy overpriced. There's just simple logic that you could put into the actual code that the autonomous agent runs on. But there's so many examples of and ideas that a lot of you can run with as far as thinking into the future about what type of agent you could build and then kind of work your way backwards as far as what kind of logic you would need to build in order to make that agent happen, in order to make that agent a reality. So I'm going to do a little bit more of this kind of deeper dive into Ethereum's, the basis of Ethereum with autonomous agents, smart contracts, decentralized computing in general. But I wanted to just get into autonomous agents because autonomous agents were really what got me into blockchain in the beginning. It wasn't Bitcoin, it wasn't money. It was actually this this promise of actually having these true autonomous agents that can run without human intervention and do day-to-day tasks that we could automate today, but today they would be running on some sort of they'd be on some sort of centralized platform, and that would not really make them autonomous because you have to maintain that centralized platform. So by actually running these autonomous agents on a decentralized platform, they truly are autonomous, if that makes any sense. Like I said, I had a long day. But if you guys want to check this out, the link will be in the description, and have a good day. Thanks.